others will just get away with some rain. Here's the radar. We can take it full, and we'll just give you a little tour around the region, and we'll give you some higher resolution radar as we go throughout the next few minutes analyzing this radar. First of all, it's just rain for the Little Rock Metro at this time. We've got some storms rolling through Izard County, Stone County, Van Buren County. These are not severe, but could produce some rounds of thunder and some bolts of lightning. Here's the higher resolution radar. Heavier pockets of rain happening through Sharp County down into Independence County, also stretching into Melbourne, into Izard County, and more pockets of heavy rain and also some bolts of lightning and some rumbles of thunder mixed in. But these are not severe. Heavy rain happening in B Branch, and all of this is marching its way from the west to the east and northeast direction. This is all in advance of the cold front. Steady rain now moving its way into Conway, Faulkner County, Perry County, Pulaski County. Steady rain moving into downtown Little Rock at this time. Pockets of heavier rain happening into Garland County. But once again, this is not severe. This is just a steady rain with some lightning and thunder. This activity is what's known as elevated instability, or the cloud bases are much higher off the surface versus what's happening down into southwest Arkansas. Then as we go down along Interstate 30, that's when things start to pick up with more intensified storms. So we have some heavy rain happening in Clark County, more lightning through Hempstead County and Nevada County, and there's the new severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect for Nevada County and Hempstead County, then also Miller and Columbia County, and also Lafayette County as you head towards Texarkana. Now, I want to point out that these warnings are not just your typical severe thunderstorm warnings, because we do break down the type of severe thunderstorm warning by impact now. This was issued about over a year ago. So we have two different orange colors. We've got the lighter orange, that is your typical severe thunderstorm warning. But the more construction darker orange color that encompasses Miller County, Lafayette County, parts of Columbia County, into Hempstead, and also into Nevada County, that is what's known as a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. What does that mean? That means this could be the precursor of these storms just about to reach that threshold of we're seeing enough rotation that they may start to go with tornado warnings shortly. When we take a look at the Shreveport radar now, because that's going to be the closest radar for this part of the state, we have to watch out for these little kinks happening in this line. These could be maybe some supercells trying to develop, so it could be a broken line of supercells as it gets closer and closer to the low-level jet stream that's building its way and intensifying over south central Arkansas and into southeast Arkansas. So what we're expecting is these storms to continue to intensify as they make their way off to the east. So heads up if you're watching us in Ouachita County, Bradley, Calhoun, also Dallas County, Cleveland County, Lincoln County, Drew County, because that's all going to be changing. And now, there you see, we have a tornado warning in effect for Hempstead County. So Perry, we're going to have to go ahead and jump on air as well. This is a tornado warning that has been issued for Hempstead and also into Nevada County, right near the community of Hope. This is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. Perry, just go ahead and tell me in my ear when we are going to be live on THV 11. We'll continue to stream here. So we have a brand new tornado warning until 11:15. That does include the city of Hope. If you know anybody traveling on Interstate 30 through Prescott, through Hope, in that part of Nevada and also into Hempstead County, we have a brand new tornado warning. Thank you for joining us. This is a severe weather update. We are breaking in right now because we have a tornado warning in effect for Hempstead and also Nevada County in southwest Arkansas. We were just streaming on THV 11 Plus, which we will be continuously doing throughout the day as long as these severe thunderstorm warnings continue. But things will start to go downhill. We were talking about the potential of strong to severe thunderstorms primarily for southwest, south, and southeast Arkansas as this line continues to advance its way off to the east. There is no tornado watch at this time. There is one coming out shortly. We are waiting on that. So this has been issued before a tornado watch. This is a severe thunderstorm that does show enough rotation now that we have gone ahead and issued a tornado warning with the National Weather Service, that is. So when we take a look at this, we're looking at the Shreveport radar now. You can see that cluster of lightning. This is not a really defined supercell storm. And we can go ahead and come back to me, Perry, and we'll just take a look at what's happening here. So there is heavy rain. There's the cluster of lightning. There's a little kink here, and that's what they're concerned about, is that area. It's showing just enough rotation. When we take a look at the rotation now within this cell, it's going to be very close to Hope. So this is going to be the inflow and outflow. If the tornado is touching the ground at this time, which we don't know, it's a Doppler radar indicated tornado, but it's going to be right over the city of Hope. So everybody in Hope, and really everybody along Highway 32, Highway 73, Highway 67, Highway 299, you need to get to your safe place at this time. Go ahead and take those tornado precautions just in case there is something happening, or which could happen at any moment. Let's go over to Storm Track 11 now. I'm going to take a look at our NROD tool, or it's what's known as, pretty much, it pinpoints the rotation on exactly where this rotation could be, a little bit better than what we're looking at with this tool with the Doppler radar. So this is the NROD tool, and where you see this blue right here. So that's pretty much where we said, very close to Hope. So right through Hope and just to the south of Hope, that's going to be the best probability that if the storm is producing a tornado, it's going to be located in that area. I'm going to take a look at some higher velocity or wind data. And yeah, I mean, there is definitely an increase in the inflow outflow very close to Hope. So once again, that's where it's going to be. Let's go back over to Storm Track 11. I'm going to see how fast this is moving. I'll put a track on it here. It is moving very quickly. It is moving to the northeast at 55 miles per hour. So I'm going to go ahead and put a new track and give folks a heads up. And actually, I'm going to make it go 60 miles per hour just to give everyone a good idea on exactly who needs to really watch this, because this is going to be the trend today throughout the morning into the early afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So even though you're not under a tornado warning into Clark County, into Ouachita County, just be prepared to take those tornado precautions, because we're in a situation that these storms will likely intensify as they run into that low-level jet. The low-level jet is what is allowing these storms to tap in and start to rotate. That's what we're seeing here in southwest Arkansas. So here we go with Centerville, 1042, Laneburg, 1050, Bluff City, 1103, Wheeling Springs, 1106, Shakertown, 1117, and Sparkman at 1123. The rest of the area right now is not under any severe weather concerns. It's this part of Arkansas and southwest parts of the state. So we do have rain moving in to central Arkansas, but this is not severe. This is just a steady rain, and I think for the most part, here in Little Rock and off to the north and west, we won't see any severe weather. We don't have the ingredients in place for severe weather to take place here into a large part of central Arkansas. It's that warm and moist air down to the south and southwest. Those storms will have a good opportunity of becoming strong, severe, and maybe even producing tornadoes. So we're continuing to watch this cell that still shows signs of rotation as it makes its way through Hempstead County into Nevada County, very close to Interstate 30. And Hope, once again, if you're just tuning in right now, you don't have much time. That rotation is right over you, and it's going to get very close to Prescott. When we take a look at just the warning and who's in that warning, there you see Perrytown, Centerville, Laneburg, and Highway 299, Highway 73, Highway 371, Highway 24, and Prescott probably the sirens are going off because you're right on the line of that tornado warning. It's just down to the south officially, but still, I would go ahead and take your tornado precautions just because you are so close to that rotation. We're going to go back over to radar now, and this shows where the rain is, but if there's any little spin in the atmosphere, we can also see that as well. Let me take a look at it from Shreveport, because that's a better look. So there it is, once again, right here. So if there's something happening, it's going to be right here, very close to the City of Hope, moving off to the northeast at 55 miles per hour. That doesn't give you much time to go ahead and take your tornado precautions, but we have to watch this entire line pretty much south of Arkadelphia all the way through Texarkana. This is going to continue to advance its way off to the east-northeast at a pretty good clip, 50 to 55 miles per hour. So I'm looking here to make sure there's any tornado watch. There's no tornado watch. We're still waiting on that, but I want everybody into this part of Arkansas. So Dallas County, Lincoln County, Cleveland County, Ouachita, Bradley, Calhoun, Union, over to Drew, also Ashley, Chico counties. You all need to be weather aware through the rest of the morning into the afternoon hours. I think the chance of severe weather will remain in place probably until about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Let's see, we got the latest from the National Weather Service out of Shreveport saying it's slacked up a bit. The rotation is still there, but it's not as strong as what it once was just a few scans ago. So they're going to keep the tornado warning in place. But let me go ahead and just give you an outlook on what we are expecting today. First of all, let's take a look at the severe weather risk, because this is the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. And once again, it's going to be locations south and east of Little Rock that you need to stay on your guard and be prepared for some rapidly changing weather conditions. This shows a 2 out of 5 from Camden, Pine Bluff, Stuttgart over towards Gillette. The highest risk, a 3 out of 5, which means a higher risk of severe weather, includes parts of Drew County, Ashley, and Chico counties. And then you see here, Arkadelphia, Hot Springs, Searcy, we're pretty much on the line of whether or not we'll see any severe weather. When we break down each individual threat, we're looking at things in this manner. The main threat will be for storms to produce damaging wind gusts, but we have enough rotation in the atmosphere and these cloud bases are going to be low enough that they could produce a couple of tornadoes. And it could be a strong tornado. That's where the dashed area is here into extreme southeast Arkansas. You may see a strong tornado, and that would be an EF2 or greater. I think the higher threat of that is going to be just across the border into Mississippi and Louisiana. Hail, it's a possibility, but these clouds won't grow way up into the atmosphere, so our hail threat not too significant. There could be some dime, maybe as large as quarter-size hail, and there is the damaging wind threat because the clouds can tap into that low-level jet about 5,000 feet above us. The winds are screaming 60, 70, 80 miles per hour, and some of that wind energy can come down to the ground with the downdrafts that are happening. So here's the storm timeline, okay? We need to stay weather aware into this part of really central Arkansas, south central Arkansas, 10 o'clock, so now all the way until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It could be over before that, and then probably noon until 4 or 5 o'clock for southeast Arkansas. So for Dumas, for Monticello, Hamburg, you have to stay weather aware pretty much through the rest of the day. And we take a look at the tornado risk. This is a good tool to show as well. When we look at the radar with the tornado risk, there's a clear indication on what's going to be happening here. So here is the tornado risk right now into southwest Arkansas, and then it continues to build its way into south central Arkansas. It doesn't get into Pulaski County. It may not even get into Grant County. So it's going to be Pine Bluff down to the south. For the most part, we really have to stay weather aware throughout the day. This rain is going to wrap up. We're going to be done with the rain most likely here in Little Rock probably by 1 or 2 o'clock. And then the sun may come out. Temperatures warm up, and then the Arctic front makes its way through and down the numbers go. You can clearly see what's happening here with the temperatures. We've got warm air surging its way in here from the south and southwest. 55 here in Little Rock. Much colder in North Arkansas. Temperatures are into the 30s. So we've got a battle of the seasons taking place right across the natural state. 66 in Texarkana. That's the fuel for these storms to feed off of. And that's why these storms continue to most likely will become severe as they trek their way across the southern part of the state. Back over to radar now. We'll give you the latest update. We still have the tornado warning in effect. Taking a look at Shreveport radar, and we still have the tornado warning in effect once again for Hempstead County and Nevada County. And here's the kink right here. So it's going to be right along Highway 73, Highway 299. Prescott, you're getting heavy rain at this time, torrential rain, but you're not under the tornado warning technically. It's a very close call, but still, I would take your tornado precautions just to be safe until this rotation passes through. When we look at the rotation, let's see if this is changing at all. Hopefully it's improving. As you know, these things cycle up, they cycle down, and there's still definitely some wind there. I mean, you look at this chart, and we're getting winds of 70, 80 miles per hour. Now, this is a little bit ways away from the radar, so this is probably about 2,000, 3,000 feet, but this clearly shows there's some rotation within this cell. So I need you guys into Nevada County, if you're watching us, Prescott, but certainly south of Prescott, you just take the smart route. Even if there's nothing happening at this time, we just don't know. If there's a tornado on the ground, we're just going to act like there is, and therefore you just want to get to the lowest level of sturdy structure, into your hallway, into your closet, into your bathroom. Stay away from windows. Anytime you're dealing with a tornado, the idea is to separate yourself from the outside with as many interior walls as possible. And we're still waiting on that tornado watch. Okay, the tornado watch just has come out now. So let me see if I can pull that up, and we can take a look at the brand new tornado watch that is in effect. So there is the tornado watch. So I was pretty much called it. I said Pine Bluff down to the south. So the tornado watch includes Clark County, Dallas County, into Cleveland, Lincoln, Deshay, Drew, Chico, Ashley, Bradley, Calhoun, Ouachita, of course, Nevada, Hempstead, Union, Columbia, Lafayette, and Miller counties. And this tornado watch is in effect until 6 o'clock this evening. Now, it's not going to be the entire day of dealing with this. This tornado watch will be chipped away as the line progresses its way off to the east. When we take a look at that line, it is going to be, this is the main event right here. So this line that's moving through at this time, once this line moves through, the line that's lined up right along Interstate 30, once this line moves through your neighborhood, you are done with the threat of severe weather for the rest of the day. Sun may come out, temperatures may shoot up into the 60s, and then that Arctic front charges its way through, the winds pick up, and the temperatures will be dropping significantly. Let's take a look at that just to give you a heads up on how cold it's going to get. When we walk you through here on future radar, as the computer loads, watch what happens here. Okay, so this is the future radar and the temperatures expected. So here we are right now, temperatures pretty close, upper 50s, 60s, and then getting into this afternoon, there's that line. So it looks like the worst of the weather here in Little Rock is going to be arriving over the next 2 hours or so. And when I say worst weather, the heaviest rain, probably some lightning and thunder. There could be a strong storm with some gusty winds, but we're not looking at the potential of severe weather here in Pulaski County or Saline County, other than some gusty winds, maybe some pea-sized hail. But watch what happens, okay? We've got this line of storms rolling its way through. This is all in advance of the cold front because the temperatures in Hot Springs still in the 60s. 52 in Russellville, 40 in Fort Smith. Then you drop down into the 30s. This is 2 o'clock this afternoon. Arctic front blasts its way through central Arkansas, 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, and down the numbers go, and they tumble down. I mean, by 6 o'clock, we're into the 40s, 20s in Mena. Yep, that's snow happening in northwest Arkansas. So you're going to see some snow showers into Fayetteville and Harrison. And then as we get into the evening hours, the temperatures continue to drop. 31, that's the air temperature now into Little Rock. Snow showers continuing into Stone County, Izard County. There could be a dusting, maybe some locations in North Arkansas, the Ozarks could see a quick half-inch of snow if there's a little burst of moderate snow. That is indeed a possibility. And then as you head back to work and school on your Monday, here we go. 25 degrees is going to be the low for Monday morning. Teens into North Arkansas. One other point, that's only half the story, because with these winds howling, ushering in that Arctic air, here's what it's going to feel like. So we've got the feels like numbers into the 60s this afternoon. You see it right there. There's 2 o'clock. 62 in Monticello, feeling like 43 in Fayetteville. Look what happens this evening with that surge of Arctic air. Let me go back here. I went too quick. 7:30, feeling like 8 in Fayetteville. Feeling 34 here in Little Rock, feels like 15 in Mena. Tomorrow morning, you need to bundle up. You need to be prepared. It's going to be a shock to the system. You're going to walk outside and want to come right back inside. It's going to feel like 13 in Little Rock. It's going to feel like 3 degrees in Fayetteville. So, wild weather. We're going to be here updating you on any tornado warnings, especially here on THV 11 Plus, our streaming app. If you do not have the THV 11 Plus streaming app, you can find that on Fire TV, also Roku and Apple devices. Along with that, we also will be streaming on our THV 11 app. I'll be here all day. Meteorologist Tracy Beene will be joining me a little bit later, and we will keep you updated. But hang on, Arkansas, it is going to be a wild ride. Right now, we'll return to regularly scheduled programming.